Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In today's video, I'm going to be organizing, decluttering, and cleaning some of my accessories. So I'm going to go through all of my jewelry, my handbags and clutches and purses, as well as all of my shoes. So if you guys are ready for it and super excited for some organizing content, then let's jump right into the video.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kind of crowded here, but I know.
So behind me is my current jewelry situation. I am actually going to pull all these trays down, bring them to the floor so I can sit down and sort through absolutely everything. So let's do that.
It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to.
Not only did I bring these trays down to the floor, but I also brought all of the other jewelry that I might have had around my apartment onto the floor with me. So I had 3 jewelry holders. One I'm deciding to get rid of. I think 3 is probably too many. But I like having one in the kitchen so I can take my ring off when I'm cooking, if I'm getting kind of dirty with my hands, and have a safe spot to put it. And then I have one in the bathroom where I can take my ring off as well if I'm showering or washing my face or whatever I might be doing. And then as I'm getting ready for bed, I can take off any necklaces or other earrings that I might be wearing. I'm starting with the 2 trays that have the smallest little sections in them. That's where I keep all of my studs and smaller earrings. I just divide them up. One tray is for silver jewelry and one tray is for gold jewelry. That's easiest for me to find exactly what I'm looking for. I also needed to unpack my travel jewelry container. It was still full from the last time I traveled. I didn't empty it out, so I'm going to unpack that as well.
What you wanna do? Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, let me love. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you. When I look in your eyes, I don't know how, but it feels like I'm drunk on you. It's almost like you make.
I'm just going through item by item, making sure it's something that I still love. I don't have a duplicate of it. I actually wear it and it's in good condition.
It feels like I'm drunk on you. It feels like I'm drunk on you. Oh! Let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, let me love. Let me love you. Let me love you. Another season we leave behind. Another story that's got me blind. Got only you on my mind. I couldn't face what I couldn't find. Just need to know.
Now in all of these little sections, that's where I keep my small necklaces. You'll see I have my long necklaces kind of laid out to the side by me. Those I hang on the door, but these small ones I keep in this smaller container. And they are so tangled. And they're not necessarily tangled from just sitting here. If you just lay them in there nicely, they don't get tangled. But they're more so tangled from traveling or when I take them off at night and leave them in a ball or something like that. So I grabbed a pair of tweezers. That really helps me to undo the knots. For some reason, I'm really bad at doing this. I usually ask my husband to help, who's miraculously better than I am at untangling these. But the tweezer helps, so I'm going to go through and untangle all of them and then put them away properly. I know there's a handy trick that you can do when you travel for those types of necklaces that you can stick them through a straw. I am just usually too lazy to do that, but that is a great solution if you don't want your necklaces to tangle.
Truth is the light we are healing. Even though words are deceiving, you move on. 'Cause every time I try, yeah, every time I dream, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. If you can make me smile, if only for
Now I can put those away, and the top set of hooks I'm actually going to take off. First of all, because I no longer need it anymore. I was able to declutter enough that I don't need it. But second of all, with the move that we did last summer, the movers actually moved this giant unit, and somehow those hooks broke off of the top one. So it was broken anyway. And here is the final after of all my jewelry.
lost, I'll find something better. I'm running all around this town. This feeling has me stepping down. But I don't wanna have to break too much stronger. 'Cause every time I try,
So I moved into the bathroom. I have two different methods that I'm going to use to try and clean some of my tarnished jewelry, and then whichever one works better, I'm probably going to go back and clean the rest of it, but I'm just going to test it out. And then I have another method that I use to clean like my actual wedding and engagement ring, and I'll use that for kind of some other costume jewelry as well. So let's try it out.
believe in you and
So the first method that I looked up was using lemon juice and water. You use 1 part of lemon juice, 1 part of water, and create a soak for your jewelry. You should place it in the bowl, it says, for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I guess the magic is that the acid from the lemon helps to cut through all of that gross stuff that's stuck on your jewelry. The second one is baking soda, salt, and aluminum foil. So it says to lay down your aluminum foil, add your salt and baking soda, and hopefully that should help with costume jewelry. While that's soaking, I'm going to use my regular polish that I use to clean my diamond ring, but also any cubic zirconium or other kind of fake stones like that. So you will see how well it looks and how shiny it makes all of those stones. This actually is a 2-part cleaner. I'm just using the first part of it right now, but I will link it in the description box below so you guys can check it out if you want. And you'll see I just cleaned the earring on the left side, and you'll see hopefully how much shinier and clearer it is.
wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up, 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 up when I'm with you. I'm with you.
Now I'm just going to clean off some of the items that I put in my 2 different mixtures and see how they turned out. So you'll see the one on the left is the baking soda and aluminum and salt, and then the one on the right is the lemon juice. So I don't know if you can tell which one you think worked better. I think they both helped, but neither one is super great for that particular ring. But actually, if you see how this necklace turns out, I think it turned out quite well from the baking soda, aluminum, and salt mixture. It is so much cleaner than it was before. It was like a brownish color.
No, I don't care about the heartache and pain.
On to the next section of my accessories. I keep my purses in here, and I pulled down the top bin, and look how organized my pashmina scarves already are. So I'm going to leave those as is. There's just a few of them. That's all I need. And I'm going to pull the rest of the purses out and start going through them. I don't personally like to keep items inside of my purses as I'm storing them away, so I'm going to also pull out everything that's in the purses as I'm going through them, and then I grabbed some leather cleaner and I'm going to clean these purses and declutter them at the same time.
I'm with you. We know we are lost, in love with the lust, but hard times and minds only win anyway. Yeah, we own the sun, naive, wild and drunk. Oh, 'cause it's all up, 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 up when I'm with you. I'm with you.
black one for some reason was super cloudy and that leather cleaner cleaned it right up. So if you haven't given your purses a little bit of love and TLC, this should be your reminder to do that. Any leather items you have, they do need to be kind of cleaned every now and then. So it had been quite some time since I had done this.
Just the two of us and we can stay up all night, kissing under street lights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand.
So this scarf my husband actually got for me when I don't even think we were engaged yet. I think we were just dating. It might have been right before we got engaged. And he got this for me when he was in Europe, and it is a gorgeous scarf. I feel like it looks really pretty with this purse, and I'm gonna have to Google how to tie a scarf onto a purse because I think it would look really cute like that. I just have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm gonna put it back in there for now. I have a few large brown totes already, and this last one is in such rough condition. I used to use it as my school bag, I think both when I was in college and the beginning of law school, till I realized my law school textbooks were way too heavy to be using a tote bag, and wised up and invested in a backpack. But I used it all throughout college and brought snacks in there with me, all of my books, my computer, and I'm trying to show you how dirty it is on the inside from like spilled drinks, and I don't know what else is in there, but it might be time for it to go. I tried to clean it and I think it's on its last leg. We're done with all of the larger tote bags, so I'm going to move to my small clutches that I keep in this office organizer. It's a really great solution to keep everything organized, and it's definitely inexpensive as well, so it works. On to the daunting task of my shoes, and I have a lot of them. So I'm going to go through, clean them up, do hopefully a little bit of decluttering if I can. I'm clearly a shoe lover. I'm sure you can tell from the second we switched over to my shoes. But I used to wear heels to work every single day. I assume when I go back to the office, if I go back to the office, I will be doing the same thing. So I don't want to go ahead and get rid of everything quite yet, but there are some items that I feel like I can let go of and other ones that I truly enjoy and want to hold on to. The exception here is I'm going to try and think about if any of these shoes are extremely uncomfortable and make sure to get rid of those.
We got everything we need right here. Wine and burning chemistry. You and me alone. You and me alone. Inside of our embassy. Everything we need right here. Make me sing along. Sing along.
So I have this little eraser thing that I'm using on my suede shoes. It works super well. I got it after I had a pair of heeled booties that I used to wear out at night in college, and they got quite beat up, and it really cleaned them up quite well. So I still have it, and I still use it to kind of touch up my shoes and keep them in the best condition I can.
Blowing up a thunder, watch it over me, yeah. We got everything we need. to give in. Where you wanna go, where you wanna go. Stars align onto your face, pretty sweet your sour taste. Make me sing along, sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you.
So I have 3 pairs of heeled or slightly heeled kind of taupe gray booties. So I'm laying them all out and I want to try and decide which one I want to keep. So I'm going to keep those 2 pairs that are a little bit shorter and get rid of my pair of Tom's booties. I feel like those ones are less of my style, maybe because they have such a rounded toe, I'm not sure, but I find myself picking the other 2 over the Tom's booties, so that probably means that they're my least favorite, and because they're all quite similar, at least in color, it is easy for me to get rid of one of them. And that pair of flats I pulled out are so old. I really like that they're just plain and nude and kind of go with everything, but they are stinky. And beyond being stinky, they're just kind of falling apart and maybe not as much my style as they used to be. I wish they were just a plain nude flat and no emblem or anything like that on it.
In the empty bottle lights on the answer. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here.
So you'll see I definitely organized my shoes by both color and by style. So at the bottom, we started with all of my black shoes, and I have all of my flats in the back row and then all of my heels at the second row. The way that these drawers pull out, depending on the height that I set them, sometimes it's better to have the flats on that back row so that the next drawer doesn't hit it as you push it in. And then above that, the color is just kind of changed to a taupe color. And then here are all of my nude shoes. And then I get into fun colors after that. And then some shoes that are my husband's are all above that.
My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music and the chase. Like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see it's all about us.
These heels I feel like are so cute. They're an olive green color and they have little fringe on them, but they're so uncomfortable. So I know that's another pair I can get rid of.
It's all about us. There's some magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Feel your hands, the way you're touching me around my neck. Got chills down my back, you do it right. The way you're holding me, no, I don't want this moment to stop.
I also have a boot collection, so I'm going to pull out all the boots and clean them up. I think all of these are boots that I want to keep, but I still want to take them all out. I think this shelf gets pretty dirty, especially because I have snow boots and rain boots that are kept up there. So I'm going to pull it all out, give the shelf a quick clean, and then go through the shoes, clean them up, and stick them all back. So for my rain boots, I use this UV Tech product. I'm going to link it in the description box below as well. It is such a great solution, especially if you have like hunter boots like I do or other rain boots that have this cloudy color to them and you've tried cleaning them off and you cannot get rid of that cloudy color. This is the solution. It's like the only thing that I've found that's worked for me. So I'm going to clean them off with that solution and hopefully they will look as good as new. Now I'm going to say, do as I say and not as I do. I have this little product that touches up the coloring of your leather, especially if it's worn away in little sections. You can see around my toes, that's where I'm really applying it. And I have one in a brown and one in a black, and it perfectly touches things up, but you do want to let it sit out and not touch other things while it's drying. So the fact that I'm doing it on carpet is probably not my wisest move. It turned out just fine. I didn't get any on the carpet, but still, you should maybe lay a towel down or do it on a surface that's not carpet.
Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Got me like ooh. Ain't it fun recognizing your mistakes? Got me like feeling so ooh. Now I brought my worst behavior, throwing a party in my head. Yeah, prayers from my saviors. Just let it rain all over me, over me, over me, over me, over me. False advertising. You were not meant for me, still not to.
Now you can see the final after and all of the decluttered items, starting with my shoes, my purse, and then my jewelry.
Think what you think, what you think. Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Like ooh.
Thanks so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the organizing, cleaning, and decluttering, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. I have lots more organizing and decluttering content coming your way. And until next time, I will see you guys later.